الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ومولانا محمد النبي الأمين المكين الكريم الحنين الرؤوف الرحيم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في القرآن الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا مولانا محمد. أكبادنا مجروحة من سيف هجر المصطفى طوبى لأهل بلدة فيها النبي المحتشم. اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا مولانا محمد. يا رحمة للعالمين أنت شفيع المذنبين. أكرم لنا يوم الحزين فضلا وجودا والكرم. اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا مولانا محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى: الحج أشهر معلومات فمن فرض فيهن الحج فلا رفث ولا فسوق ولا جدال في الحج وما تفعل من خير يعلمه الله وتزودوا فإن خير الزاد التقوى واتقون يا أولي الألباب. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في الحديث الشريف. هذا الحديث رواه الإمام الطبراني والبزار عن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: يغفر للحاج ولمن استغفر له الحاج. صدق رسول الله صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم. Alhamdulillah, by the blessings and mercy of Almighty Allah, we are here today again. So I've been requested to speak today, and I would like to say thank you, shukriya to all the members and especially Khatib of this mosque, Allama Nazakat Hussain Qadri, especially Imam of the mosque as well. Jazakumullah khair al-jaza fid darain. Time is very short. Month of Hajj. And inshallah, this is, I think, 4th of Dhul Hijjah. First of all, some of our brothers, they are in Saudi Arab right now. Some of our brothers starting their journey to arrive there. So inshallah, our video is being recorded just for them. That some people, at the first time, they think Hajj is something, don't know where we're going, what to do, what is Hajj. Very simple. It is, I think, 6 days program. So you don't need to be scared of. You don't need to be nervous. 6 days program. The route is like that. Kaaba, Mina, Arafah, Muzdalifah, Mina, and then Kaaba. It starts from 8th of Zilhajj. It will finish on 13th of Zilhajj. Your Hajj is finished. You will start from Kaaba, which will call Tawaf al-Qudum, and welcoming Tawaf. You will do the Tawaf of Kaaba, and you will start your journey towards Mina. From Kaaba to Mina, from Mina to Arafah. And there is no particular prayer. There is no particular du'as to be recited. Just you gonna stay in Mina. After that, you will go to Arafah, stay there for a couple of hours, and then again to Muzdalifah, stay there for a couple of hours, again to Mina, and then your Hajj is finished. This is Hajj. Now to understand the concept of Hajj, we have to start from the very beginning. The beginning is Deen, because Hajj is the 5 pillars of Islam. Our Deen has 3 dimensions. You can say 3 foundations. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Holy Quran, Inna Deena Indallahil Islam. So first of all, let us understand what is the concept of Deen and what is the necessity of Deen. Why we are in need of Deen, if we are in need of. Because there is a big confusion with regards to let us ask you a question, for example. If I ask you, what is the opposite of life? Or you can say, what is the opposite of life? Most of the people, overwhelming majority of the people will answer that the opposite of life is death. But to me, I don't think so. Opposite of life, opposite of death should be birth, not life. Opposite of the word death, it should be birth. Birth and death, not life. Why? Because life is in one dimension. When we started, it has no end. It is an eternal journey. It is an eternal journey. So, birth does not mean that it is the beginning of my existence. In the same way, death does not mean that the last of my the last part of my existence. So birth, you can say entry, death can be exit. Entry and exit point. You can say the transition from physical world to spiritual world, or from spiritual world to the physical world. Neither did my existence begin at my birth, nor it would end at my death. Birth and death, they are, you can say, exit and entry point. So when we started in the world of soul. This is a spiritual world. And from the transition, from spiritual world, we enter into a physical world. From physical world, we again will enter into a spiritual world. Just like entry and exit. So, That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He designed us, we have been given physical aspect of our living, our dimension, spiritual aspect of our dimension. Imam Ghazali said something beautiful in his book, Kimia Saada. Imam Ghazali said, if you'd like to make yourself happy, what to do? Imam Ghazali said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given you aql, dimag, your intellect, your wisdom. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given you two more devices in your internal dimension of your being, which is nafs and qalb. Nafs and qalb. So you have nafs, you have qalb, cannot be seen. It is your inner sight. And then you have aql, dimag. Then you have hawas-e khamsa, 5 faculty of senses. So 5 faculty of senses, aql, qalb, nafs. You can make it, you can divide it into 2 parts. Physical part, spiritual part. External, internal. In internally, it is nafs and qalb. Externally, this is 5 faculty of senses and aql. Now, if I go to the university, if I go to college, if I go to school, so the 5 faculty of senses and aql, okay, our secular knowledge based on these 2 devices, this is how we acquire knowledge. Apart from 5 faculty of senses, you cannot generate knowledge in yourself. Apart from your intellect, you cannot generate knowledge. Intellect and 5 faculty of senses, they are interdependent. If your eyes cannot see, your aql cannot generate any knowledge which is based on your sight. If you cannot smell, your aql, if you keep asking aql, could you please tell me what is the color? What is the color? If your eyes is closed, your aql continuously asking your eyes, what about the color? Eyes is closed. Eyes is closed. So your aql cannot generate any knowledge. So depends, aql is completely dependent on your 5 faculty of senses. Perception of your senses. And this is the physical aspect. And there are spiritual aspect, which is qalb and nafs. Why we need this? In the secular world, when we go to the university, they do not believe, or they do not talk about, or they do not take into consideration nafs and qalb. Nafs and qalb is not considered in our secular aspect of knowledge. Nafs and qalb only considered in religious aspect of knowledge. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given us 2 sources of knowledge. One source is completely depends on our aql and 5 faculty of senses. Other source is completely dependent on the divine knowledge, which is called Quran or other divine revelation. So we need 2 sources of knowledge. Without these 2 sources, you cannot survive here. If you think that survival means that your food, your car, and all other modern facilities, I will disagree with you. Why? Because if your survival continuously pushed you to commit suicide, this is not survival. If your survival, if your all modern facilities continuously pushed you towards depression and anxiety, this is not survival. If my question, why I am anxious, why there is disturbance, mental health issue in this world. I have Oxford, I have Harvard University, I have Cambridge, so many other universities. Then why I am depressed? I have all modern facilities. Why I am depressed? Why there is mental health issue, which did not exist 100, 200 years back? To me or to us, this is backward time. We are in modern time. World Health Organization, they are saying that depression become the most important issue because of which human beings are suffering nowadays. It's more dangerous than corona. But we do not pay attention to this. Why? Because depression has no healing apart from religion. Depression has no feeling apart from masjid. If you have no connection with the Quran, if you have no connection with the masjid, If you have no connection with Islam, Deen, Iman, there is no healing of depression. End of the story. Because they failed to see in 2000, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammadin barik wa sallim. In 2002, it was, they saying that depression is number 4 cause of human suffering at this time. And they predicted that it's gonna be number 2 in 2013. But unfortunately, it became number 1 in 2009. Now the number 1 cause of human suffering, it is called depression. And the main reason of depression is my device dependency. So because of this depression, you see, the society is now locked. Because of depression, family is broken down. Because of depression, crime rate goes high and high and high. Because of depression, antisocial behavior is at its peak. All other crimes, if you look, the source, the main issue is depression and anxiety. And on the top, most unfortunate thing is suicide rate. Our suicide rate is getting higher than higher than higher. My question is why you are thinking of suicide? You are enjoying all modern facilities. Why suicide? If you go to the African countries, brother, those who live in the mountain, they never think of suicide. So what is life? We have to rethink again. Here is the problem. We completely forget about akhirah. Life after death. Those who believe in Islam, those who do not believe in Islam, those who are heedless. Everybody, we have no belief in akhirah. Our family is broken down. We have no stability in our family. We reciting Quran, we come to the masjid, but we have our belief with regard to the akhirah, not that firm. Our ladies, our sisters, our brothers, we are fighting for the dunya. All our struggle, all our efforts, all our works, all our thoughts, thinking, planning, mission, vision, everything based on this dunya. We forget about akhirah. But the central point of Islamic tradition and Islamic belief is Yawm Akhirah. Yawm Akhirah means whatever you're doing, you will be questionable. You are accountable. Your creation is not accidental creation. This is purposive creation. It has a purpose why you have been created for. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, each and every verse will tell you, Yawm Akhirah, a big day. That's why, to understand, first of all, I need to understand Deen. If you look at the Quran, Deen has been used for many meanings in the Holy Quran. But if you look at the Surah Al-Fatiha, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmid Deen. Maliki Yawmid Deen means He is the Malik of the day of accountability. The last hour. I am accountable. If you make this, if you believe in this, automatically the philosophy of your life, the mission of your life, the vision, the plan, everything will change. And it has to be changed for your own self. It has to be changed for your family. Because there is no other solution. If you have any other solution, you must let us know. So, what to do if you want to make it perfect? I need secular knowledge. Why? My economy, my building, my structure, for so many reasons, my business, I need secular knowledge. At the same time, I need religious knowledge as well. Why? Secular knowledge will fulfill the demand of your dimag. Religious knowledge will fulfill the demand of your qalb and nafs. You cannot ignore it. That's what Imam Ghazali said. Imam Ghazali, one of the most legend philosopher. He said that human body is just like a country, is just like a city. Nafs is your city. Nafs. Nafs is a device. It is a recipient. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enabled this device in human body to be recipient of good and bad. Nafs is recipient of good and bad, evil and khair. It is a recipient. It does not have any choice. Whatever overwhelming, nafs will accept it, nafs will receive it. So this is the town called nafs. Who is the owner of this town? He said qalb. Qalb is the owner of this town. So town is nafs, qalb is owner. What about the aql, dimag, your intellect? Imam Ghazali said he is the governor of the city. He is the governor of the city. What about the five faculty of senses, sense of perception? Imam Ghazali said this is lighthouse. This is lighthouse. Then Imam Ghazali said, your aql is your minister. Your aql is your minister, apology. Aql is minister, nafs is the town. Qalb is the owner of the town. Aql is minister. Five faculty of senses is light. Then Imam Ghazali said, your desire, your lust is your governor, is the governor of the city. So if the owner of the city, which is qalb, if he starts sleeping, become heedless, if he is not vigilant, what's gonna be happen? Because the governor is lust and desire, he will destroy the city, as it is happened nowadays. Because of my desire and lust, I am doing everything what I want. I have crossed all the limits. What is the consequences? Consequences is I have no family. Consequences is I became I from we. W-E, we. When you become we means cooperation. We means, help, cooperation, and we, everybody together. If you need my help, I'm there. If you have financial demand, yes, here, I have money. Everybody is living together, joining and cooperative. In we, you will find cooperation. When from we, you are starting to I. So I become competitor. In I, you are competing with your own brother. Even if you have money or good car, your brother cannot accept it. One of my students, a couple of years back, he was involved in a very wrong thing. So I called him. I said, come and I want to talk to you. Why are you doing this? You my student, you spend time at least 3 years in my company. What gonna be my answer to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that someone has spent 3 years, still he is doing wrong thing? What kinds of teacher you are? So it hurts me a lot. I cannot accept it. It becomes, very heavy on me that my student's doing this. Then I called him. I explained to him everything. What was his answer? His answer said, Ustad, I can't accept, my cousins had beautiful and expensive car, and I didn't have. And I am not that good in my school and education. That's why I'm not thinking of a good job to make money. So I have only one option open. One option left. This is the option. You understand? So we are competing with each other. When you become I means competition. I means you are greedy. You need more. You need more. So everybody is fighting for more. What is the consequences? The consequence of I is you will not have stability in your family. You cannot have a family. And end of the day, there will be no discipline, no honesty, and no peace in your life. The final destination of this lifestyle is depression. The final destination of this lifestyle is you cannot trust your partner even. If you cannot trust your partner, see what's going to be happen. And after when you are at the age of 40 and 45, you see alone, all alone, just like an albatross. Alone, all alone on a wide, wide sea. This is what happening. That's why divine knowledge, masjid, Quran, Sunnah, this is, never underestimate it. Last time I was in America, I was speaking to a professor, I said, secular knowledge is as important as divine knowledge. You cannot have sustainable and stable society without divine knowledge. And I can prove it. Darbar, Peer, our people now, we have two types of people. Our Peer, they don't know what Peerism is, so they're doing business. Our other people, those who do not like Peer, they say, beda. Neither beda nor business. So what is the Peerism is? Peerism is to purify your qalb and your heart, your nafs. Peerism deals with your qalb. As you need a teacher, to deal with your aql and your five faculty of senses, how to think, how to generate knowledge, what is perception, what is conception, what is knowledge. Same way Pir Sahib deals with your qalb. He will tell you how to purify your qalb, how you make your qalb enable to rule, to dominate over your nafs. Because if your nafs is not dominated by your qalb, your inner part of the world will be unstable. This is what Imam Ghazali said, that your qalb should be vigilant. Your qalb should be vigilant. Why? Your qalb should discuss with its minister, which is aql. Aql has to be discussed with because he is the minister of the city. Why? To control the governor, which is lust and desire. Because human lust and human desire is very important for our reproduction and for the development of the society. At the same time, if there is no control on my desire, the world will be destroyed. What is happening right now? So many shoes will go up if I cannot control my desire. But desire at the same time, my lust is very important for reproduction, regeneration, for population, for so many other things. But at the same time, if I cannot control, then it will be destroyed. It will be destroyed. So that's why deen is accountability. Deen is law of an authority. This is how it is used in the Holy Quran. This is how it is used in the Holy Quran. Deen is way of life. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Inna deena indallahil Islam. Then what is Islam? So Islam's, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Holy Quran, if you look, Allahumma salli. It is the way of life. What is the way of life? Way of life means, I myself, I need self-reformation. Then I have my fellow brothers, my sisters, my neighbors. What kinds of relationship I have to maintain with them? Then what kinds of relationship I have to maintain with my Lord? How sincere I have to be with the Lord? How sincere I have to be with the human being? How sincere I have to be with myself? This is the guidance of Islam. This is the guidance of Deen. If you look at the Holy Quran from Suratul Fatiha, the gateway of the Quran, till the end, Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. If you ask me, Ustaz, tell me in 5 sentences, what is the message of Quran? Very simple. Quran said, Allah, Rasul, to believe in. Then Quran said, look after your neighbors. Look after your parents. Look after your families. And do not wrong to anybody. Never speak lie. Speak to the people with full humbleness and sincerity. Never wrong to the people. Do not come close to the vulgarity. You see? Let me figure it out again. Allah, Rasul, to believe in it. Look after my parents, my neighbors, and my families. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, speak gently, politely to other human being. Never wrong to a people and never come close to the vulgarity. This is the message of Quran. And this is the concept of, this is Islam. This is what Islam says to us. So, inna deena indallahil Islam. Then Islam gives us about 5 pillars. Shahada, Salat, Saum, Zakat, Hajj. This is the month of Hajj. If you look at the core point of all the pillars, Salat, Saum, Zakat, Hajj, core point is piety. To have a good relation with human being and with Allah Almighty, which is called taqwa. The core point of all messages is taqwa. And the Hajj, because I have only 1 minute. Hajj generally has 3 objectives. 3 purposes of Hajj. Self-reformation. I have to reform myself. And then to build up a relation with my Creator and with other mankind. How sincere I am with the mankind. How sincere I am with the Lord. How sincere I am with myself. Human being needs, they are in need of 4 stages of purity. purification is another main core point of Islam. Islam wants to purify us. What kinds of purification it is? Imam Ghazali said 4 stages of purification. Inna Allah yuhibbu at-tawwabina wa yuhibbu al-mutatahhirin. Imam Ghazali rahmatullah alayhi said this 4 stages of purification means first of all you purify your physical aspect. Then you purify your 5 faculty of senses. How I can purify my 5 faculty of senses? I cannot see everything. There is a caps lock. I cannot, you see, speak, okay, in every issues. I am not allowed to talk about you. If I am doing this, this is not purified. I have to purify this. If I look at everything, no caps lock, then this is not pure. I have to purify it. This is our whole 5 faculty of senses. Imam Ghazali said this is second stage of purification. The third stage of purification, Imam Ghazali said, to purify your nafs, your qalb, from all negative propensities. What is the negative propensities? Enviousness, to have angry, impolite, okay, arrogance, this enviousness. These are the diseases of my inner self, impurity. Imam Ghazali said, you have to purify your qalb and your nafs from these negative propensities. Then final stage, it is not for us. It is for great scholars of Allah Almighty. What it is? He said, purify your inner side from each and everything apart from Allah Almighty. That's why to say La ilaha illallah, for example, we say La ilaha illallah as well. There is no God but Allah. But we cannot hold it. I am saying La ilaha illallah, but I cannot establish this La ilaha illallah in my inner self. It is established only in the heart of the awliya, ulama, great saints of Islam. When they say La ilaha illallah, that means La ilaha illallah, in and out. That's why they do not care of anything. When I look at the police, I'm scared. Why? Because La ilaha illallah is not perfect here. Once you say La ilaha illallah, that means La ilaha illallah. The Sahaba, that awliya, one of the awliya, he was confronted with a soldier. He said, I have sword. Anytime I can head off. Are you scared of me? He said, no, I'm not scared of you. Who you are? Who you are? I am scared of. I have fear only for Allah Almighty who has created me. As far as you are concerned, believe me, it's just like a mosquito. He said, are you crazy? Sword is with me. He said, no, do whatever you want to do. My belief is, nothing can be happened without the permission of my Lord. This is called La ilaha illallah. Our La ilaha illallah is not at this stage. There is no harm. But these are the 4 stages of the purification. Our God Almighty wants us, this purity, to be purified. To pure ourselves. Physical, in and out. In and out. So 2 things you can say core point of deen in Islamic tradition. One is Yawm Akhirah, especially my youth. I will tell you, I will request you, go back home, think about your life. As I said earlier, that if you think the opposite word of death is life, wrong. Opposite word of death is not life to me. Opposite word of death is your birth. As far as life is concerned, it will go on. It will go on. There will be transition. Frequency can be changed. Frequency can be changed. From Netflix, you can go Prime. But it doesn't mean that Netflix off. No, it is on flow. Frequency can be changed from spiritual to physical. As far as life is concerned, it will go on. I did exist before I entered into this world. But it was in a spiritual existence. Then I will enter in another world. It will be again in a spiritual world. As far as this world is concerned, physical world. Just like an entry and exit. Entry and exit. By birth, entry. By death, exit. Where to exit? The exit into the life after death. So these 2 to 3 things. And Hajj, the final word, inshallah. You see, Hajj has 3 dimensions. One is physical dimension. One is a spiritual dimension. One is aqaidi dimension. So many people going to listen to our speech. I will request you, before you go Hajj, Try to remember why you are in Mina. What happened to the Mina? Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded us? You see, this is Hajj. Makkah, Mina, Mina, Arafah, Arafah, Muzdalifah, Muzdalifah, Mina, Mina, Makkah. Finish Hajj. No dua, no prayer. Why, Mawla? He said, this is how my beloved slaves, something happened in Mina in the time of Prophet Abraham alayhi salatu wasalam, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam with his son Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam. There was an unimaginable dedication, sacrifice made by Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. Now I'm going to Mina to commemorate those things. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, go to Arafah. Mina is omniya, means desire. I started hoping for the pleasure of Allah Almighty. That's why the place is called Mina. From Mina I'm going to Arafah. Arafah means to be acknowledged, to be known. So from Mina, when I entered into Arafah, I become acknowledged by my Lord. I am known to Him. So Arafah, my Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, after many years, he met with his wife, Prophet Hawa alayhi salam. Commemorate, you see, commemoration. And then from there, I'm going to Muzdalifah to Mina again. This is Hajj. And then Safa and Marwa. Prophet Hajar alayhi salam, the wife of the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, desperately ran over, I think 7 times between the hill of Safa and Marwa. When he came back, disheartened, in despair, she found a water fountain sprung underneath the feet of Prophet Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam, which is called Zamzam. So that's why Safa and Marwa. So you asking me, Ustaz, do you think I have to go to Medina Sharif? You asking me, oh, you going Mina because of Ibrahim, you going Arafah because of Adam. What do you think about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? This is the Aqaidi dimension of your Hajj. Aqaidi dimension means always bring in your mind, always keep in your mind, going Medina Sharif is not part of your Hajj. It's part of your Iman. It's part of your Iman. Don't talk about Hajj. Hajj is an amal. Going Medina Sharif is part of your Iman. How devotee, how humble you are, and what types of feelings you have for the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know what Holy Prophet used to say to his companions? Never leave Medina. Oh Allah, make the barakah of Medina. Our ulamas, most of the time, they translate it double. But to me, it's not double. Because the word of double in Arabic called daf. Holy Prophet said dafai. Dafai means not 2, 4. How many? 4. Dafun means double. If it is 2 daf, in Arabic called dafai. So 2 daf means 4. So, oh Allah, give barakah to Medina 4 times double than Makkah. Da'fai. Okay, and if companions, whenever they want to leave Medina, Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to say, never stay outside Medina long time. Once you finish your work, come back to Medina. Why? It's a guarantee of Iman in Medina. Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Innal Iman la ya'rizu ila Medina kama ta'rizul hayyatu ila juhriha. At the end, last hour, Iman will run away towards Medina from the whole world, towards Medina, as a snake tried to save herself, okay? And run away towards his, baru. Okay? This is how Iman ran away from the whole world towards Medina. So Medina is the center of Iman, according to the hadith of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is the Aqaidi dimension of Hajj. And the spiritual dimension to commemorate, because when you are at the Medina, you are in the Makkah, you're doing tawaf, alright? You are saying, oh Allah, because you're taking oath. Bay'ah, in the hand of the Almighty Allah. You can ask me, where is the hand of Almighty Allah? Hajar Aswad. Hajar Aswad is the hand of the Almighty Allah. But when you say hand of the Almighty Allah, never think this is physical hand. No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free from time and space. So this is how our oath is, oh Allah, from today, I will not cross your limit. I will not cross the limit of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Almighty Allah enables us or accept our Hajj and make our Hajj Mabrur. Those who hasn't performed Hajj, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us to go next year. Jazakumullah khair.